are excited to talk about how to virtualize your business here and how to get your business how to really do your business from anywhere in the world right now, guys. So I'm super excited to be here. Let me see again. Let's go into the chat box, guys. Let's make sure you guys use the chat box heavily. Bring it up on the bottom. You click on chat, and then you say, "Good morning. How's your Saturday going so far? Where are you coming in from today?" We are excited to have you guys here. So there we go. And also we have you spotlighted already. So if you see on me on one side and you see our guest today, which is John Bassler, then let us know. Then you're seeing it the right way. If not, make sure you go under the top right here and you click on speaker view. Right. I'm going to introduce my guest in just a moment. We were in the pre-session here right now. We're getting started in 2 minutes. So I want to give everyone a chance that we said we started at 9 a.m. Pacific to actually be here at 9 a.m. Pacific and not feel like they're already missing out. Also, we changed we changed the things going on a little bit. I'm actually standing. We have a little bit more movement space. Michelle is actually joining us as a spectator today in the comments. So if you have questions for Michelle, please make sure you put them in there. She can also answer them. Let's see who is here. So we have Vahendra. Hey, Vahendra, good to see you here and congratulations to your first deals here. We have friend Petrosic from Vegas. We have, let me see. Come on, guys. Let's put a whole bunch of comments in here. Who is excited? Give me a heck yes, guys. Who is excited? Give me a heck yes here. Cher is here. Jennifer is here. Hey, Jennifer, how are you doing? Jennifer is one of our concierges, guys. So, Jennifer, you want to quickly show your camera for a moment and just say hello to everyone? I'm not putting you on the spot here, but I think we can do that. There we go.
Sure. Hi, everyone. Nice to see you. I'll be here throughout the presentation. If you have any questions, I'll be here to answer them.
All right. So feel free, guys, to direct any kind of direct questions that you would like to send as private questions directly to Jennifer. Also, or if it's a public question, then put it out there to everyone, and I'll see it right here. I see there's Joseph from Toronto, Canada. Great, we got multiple coaching students from Canada, and actually you're a perfect place here because being in Canada, you're still in another country, you're in the same time zone, which makes a lot of things super easy and super simple compared to John here, who sits actually in Hamburg, Germany, but you still need to do a few things of what we're talking about today. So with that said, it's 9 o'clock Pacific. Let's get started here. Good morning or good afternoon to the East Coast or good evening to Germany. I am super excited to host a bonus session today on Saturday. And the subject matter is how to virtualize your land cache machine, right? How to create your business, do your business from anywhere in the world. And we have a guest today, and our guest is John. Really, his real name is Sönke. Now you know why he has an American name, just like my real name is not Jack, but Joachim. And now you know why I have an American name, which is Jack. That was given to me by some coworkers back 20-something years ago when I still had a job. And John picked his own name, right, as John. So welcome, John. Welcome from beautiful Hamburg, Germany.
Hello, Jack. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, America. Thank you for inviting me, Jack.
You're very, very welcome. So we are excited to talk about the subject matter of, again, virtualizing your business. So first of all, though, before we go into that, John, why don't you give us a little bit of an explanation of like an introduction. So tell us a little bit about you. How long have you been doing land flips, and what is your background before, and so on and so forth.
Okay, sure, Jack. Yeah, my name is Sönke, or John, as you may want to choose. So as you hear from my accent, I am German. I live in Germany, and I run this business out of Germany. Yeah, I live here with my family in Hamburg, Germany, which is 9 hours ahead of you in Phoenix. So it's right now 6 p.m. local time. And yeah, after my studies, I started a typical career in a consulting company. I was with Accenture for 8 years. And yeah, as you know, the consulting business, you can imagine it's full of work. You know, it's I made some career, was not too bad, and I made good money, Jack. But it's not really fulfilling having a 9-to-5 job. Well, actually, it was more a 9-to-9 job because we didn't quit the job at 5 o'clock. So it was more a 9-to-9 job. When I became a father back some 7-8 years ago, I decided that I have to change something, and I looked on the market, the options, and I started my own business here in Germany, a consulting, a real estate business, business here in Germany. But I must say that didn't work out. Had difficulties with my business partners, difficulties with the business model, and so I went back to the consulting business for a while because I had to earn some money, and I had to earn to pay my bills. And I think it was back in 2016 or in 2017, Jack, when I heard a podcast from you here in Germany, and heard about the first time about the land flipping. And first of all, it sounded too good to be true, because there are so many providers of the coaching business on the market. And myself, I paid a very expensive coaching. I paid a very expensive coaching from a market leader on the of the coaching business, and so at the beginning I wasn't.
And what did that do for you? So you what you said is you signed up with somebody else first, and what happened there?
What happened there? I had a lot of coaching sessions that were actually a waste of time and money. So what they only did, they only provided context, but no content, and while context is very important too, I think a mixture of content and context is very important to be successful as
so in other words, they explained to you kind of like the rules of real estate. Is that what you mean? It's kind of explained how things work, but didn't really tell you how to get a deal.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Well, that's no good. Right. Yeah. So you wasted a ton of money on that, but then you come across us. So were you skeptical at that point?
At the beginning, yes. Because I thought you were another provider on the coaching business who wants to get my money. But somehow I couldn't regret signing up for the program. And so in the beginning of 2017, I signed up for the program, and that was a decision I never regret. So because it changed my life totally. And in that time, I was still working in the consulting business as a freelancer. And so what I did, we are between 6 and 8 or 9 hours ahead of you, as I told you, because we live in a different time zone. So what I did, I have still my consulting freelancer job, let's call it a freelancer job. And while doing this job, I began.
But it was still a full-time job, right? You were still working from 8 to 8, right? Or 9 to 9.
Yeah, it was, a little bit less than that time, but let's call it from 8 to 6,
Yeah, from 8 to 6.
Yeah, and so what I did in that time, I started the program and set up my business, and so I did it always in the evening. So I took 2 or 3 hours of my time, started part-time doing this business, setting up the structure according to the LPG coaching, setting up all the county selection and all those things that are taught in the coaching. And so step by step, my business grew. And I started very small, as you know. I think in the first year, Jack, I only did, I think 5 deals. And then the second year, I did 10. The third year, I did 20. And last year, we did almost 40 deals. And while having never traveled to the US for doing this business.
Right. So wonderful. So there we go. So you just took it part-time, very slow, little by little, right? Because obviously you also facing being that far away from Germany, you're facing some additional hurdles, right? You're facing a few extra kind of things, and that's what we are going to talk about today. Now, by the way, what we're talking about today is actually something that is, you do not have to. This is not just relevant for you if you are outside of the country. This is also relevant for you if you want to be a traveling investor, right? If If you want to be somebody to just be location independent, because that's one of the key things. Our land flipping method is 100% location independent. Right? In principle and in detail, it's 100% location independent. So as a result, you can be anywhere in the world. So if you live in Atlanta, Georgia, and you can set up your business in Atlanta, Georgia, even if you never travel anywhere in the world, you can set it up such that if your family, if your mom in Michigan gets sick and you need to take care of your mom, you can go to Michigan and take care of your mom and continue your business without dropping any kind of speed and just continuously without any kind of problems, right? So this is who is excited about that. And by the way, before we go that, I also want to welcome right now a few more of our coaching students right now. Michelle mentioned a whole bunch yesterday. We mentioned a few more today, which is Brett Roger, Aldo Alu, Louis Joseph, John Bardeen, Isaiah Glover, and I know right now, just in the last few minutes, we had 3 more people come on board. I just haven't gotten the names yet. So with that said, guys, we are down to just 14 spots right now. So with 14 spots, and this opportunity is closing down on Monday night, guys. On Monday night, and so I think almost like half of you guys still have your sessions pending today, and so make sure you guys make that decision, trust yourself, right? Go jump in and get this going, right? There's still time to join us, but there's only 14 spots available. And after that, by the way, prices will actually go up. So this is your last chance to get in at the current price level, because prices prices will go up, because we're just about to actually add a few additional components to our coaching program that if you join right now, you will get them right away, because they're going to roll out like literally in the next month and so on. So, but as they roll out, the program gets even more valuable and the prices go up, right? So make sure you right now you have the chance of getting in here with at the old prices, and on top of it, get all the additional new things that will blow the roof off even more of your success rates, right? So just want to mention that to you guys. So that's it. So book a call on landcoaching.com. So now, John, let's jump into, so I'm super excited to summarize. So you start from Germany, Hamburg, Germany. You have not been to the US lately, or for years. Actually, for the last year and a half, you can't even be in the US, right? You can't even be coming into the country because of COVID. You're not even allowed to come in, or Germans, generally speaking, people in the European Union are not allowed in the US because of COVID, close to borders. Yet last year you did close to 40. What's the exact number?
38.
38 deals, right? So last year you did 38 land flips from Germany in the United States without even coming to the country. Who is excited about that, guys? Give us a heck yes here. Who is excited about being able to do that? Because what that means for you guys is that, just think about, would you be able to, if you could choose the place in the world that you could live in, right? If you could choose the place in the world that you could live in, no matter where that is in the world, where would you live? Knowing that you can do this business from anywhere in the world, where would you live? Would you live half a year in Italy and rent a place in Rome and sit on the plazas drinking cappuccinos and wine and eating pasta and pizza? Would you move to, I don't know, Hawaii? Would you move to a lake in Idaho? Would you move to, where would you go? Vegas. All right, sounds good. Where else? Give us, come on. There's like there's 100 people here in the session. I would like to have 100 points. Even if you say like, hey, I'm fine where I am, put it in there, that's fine. But like Belize, all right? John B wants to go to Belize. That is beautiful. And Venice, Italy. Okay, great. Venice is gorgeous, right? We've been there in Venice. Well, let's see. Let's make this interactive. I will see Mexico and Dominican Republic. Very nice. Ukraine. Okay. So if you're from the Ukraine, it allows you to go back to the Ukraine. If you want to go to Zimbabwe, work in Hawaii, absolutely. We just worked a month in Hawaii. And guess what? As I mentioned, we had the Notary Public come to us a few times. We signed stuff. It is all possible. So now let's jump into that. And just to summarize a little more. So John has been able to do this from Germany. He first signed up with another coaching program where he got a bunch of coaching sessions, and he was absolutely a waste of his time, and it cost a lot of money, right? And then and now obviously he was very, very skeptical when he came to us. But he looked at it and he saw that this is the real deal, that we actually provide you what he says, like not just content, but context, but content, actionable steps that we tell you, here's what you need to do this week. Boom. Here's what you need to do first. Here's what you need to do second. And if you have questions, you have that backup. You can ask the question, because guess what? Your coaches are actually doing deals and have the answers. Right? It's not somebody flipping pages in a call center in Utah. Our coaches are actually doing this for a living. They're doing land flips for a living. That's one of the key things here. Yeah. So
I'm not sure if I've mentioned so. 2 years ago, I quit my full-time job with the consulting, and I'm now a full-time land flipper. You know. Right. And by the way, Jack, last year we closed 36 deals out of Hamburg, Germany, and 2 deals from Colombia, because my wife, she's Colombian, you know her, and we traveled last year to Colombia. It was shortly before COVID. And so in that time, in that week, we closed two transactions, you know, and that's another proof that you can run this business from anywhere in the world.
Right. So you guys went to Colombia, and while you're in Colombia and hanging out with family, you closed 2 deals from there. Yeah, that is beautiful. Exactly. Wonderful. Yeah, because hey, it doesn't matter. So that's the point. So guys, dare to dream, guys. Dare to dream. Dare to dream that this life of being able to have that second home on the lake and doing deals from there, like that, to have the big house, to have the Lamborghini, if that's what drives you, right? To have, we just talked about over dinner last night that one of our cars is getting old and needs to be kind of replaced. We're just like, what do we want to get? We're just like, I don't know. Like, we're talking about getting perhaps a 911 convertible, right? Well, I don't know if we get it or not, but dare to dream that you can get the car that you want, right? Dare to dream that you can be there for your family as their kids grow up, or for your grandchildren as they grow up. Dare to dream, because this is possible. This is here. The opportunity is here. So with that said, guys, let's now jump into the actual mechanics of the steps. So first of all, John, in order for you to be able to do deals from Germany, what is the first thing that you need to have in place? So let's go through the process, right? And let's use that actually also as a recap and as a summary of what we talked about all week long, right? We started on Monday with selecting counties. Now, can you select counties from anywhere in the world?
If you have internet access, you can do it wherever you are.
Exactly right. So select counties from everywhere in the world. Now, selecting the right counties, that's what we do in coaching, right? That's one of the key pillars of coaching, where we really hone in to make sure that you pick those the right way. Because if you do this on your own the wrong way, guess what? You're just going to go into, chances are you're going to pick the wrong stuff. You're going to go into the wrong areas. You're not going to get results, and then you're going to give up frustrated. But if you follow our steps, you're going to not be giving up frustrated. You're actually going to be getting to success. What do you rather want? Give up frustrating or get to success? If you want to get to success, put in a heck yes right now here into the chat box. I want to see like 130 heck yeses right now, right here, guys. Go put it in. So I want to see like Saturday morning. Come on. We want to get some excitement here going on. We want to get some activity going on. This is interactive. So secondly, so now you select your counties. Now, the next thing is you need to get lists. Can you get lists from Canada, Mexico, China, South Africa, Australia, the Philippines, Germany, or Switzerland? Can you get lists from there?
Absolutely. So you only need an internet access, international credit card, and that's all.
All right. So guys, so exactly that. So you need an international credit card. So an international credit card, where do you get one? People sometimes, especially from Europe, they have credit cards that only work within like the European Union. So the easiest way to get an international credit card is go to your airline, go to the biggest airline of your country and get one of their frequent flyer credit cards on there, like Lufthansa, World Travel, or whatever it's called, like Canadian Airlines, whatever it's called, right? Mexico, Avianca, I think is in Mexico, or Aeromexico, I don't know. But get one of these credit cards, or get an American Express, because they work all around the world. So now you have so often you get credit cards with like no annual fee for the first year, or $40 a fee or something like that. So that's the easiest way you can get an international credit card. So that's a little bit of a tidbit that we learned as we started coaching German students. We're like, hey, I can't get my credit card is not accepted at one of the data sources. Remember on Tuesday we talked about getting your data from your records, your ownership records from the county or from data sources, right? From data services. Well, for these data services, you need a credit card. So then we got our German and Swiss and Austrian and overall European students say like, hey, it doesn't accept my credit card. It's like, well, go get one from Lufthansa, and they get a Lufthansa credit card, or get an Amex. They got the Amex, and boom, problem solved. You can get your listings. You can get your records then. So now the next thing is, John, you're in Germany. How do you send out letters?
Oh, so this is one of the easiest thing, you know. Many of my friends also ask me when I tell them about my business, so how do you send this letters? But this is very easy. So, you know, with the investment dominator, the investment dominator prepare. So if you upload the records, they prepare the letter for the neutral letter, which is the first letter that you send out to your potential sellers, and the investment dominator prepares every letter that you can mail. And when you have downloaded it from the investment dominator, you simply uploaded it to a letter printing house, for example, letterprinting.net or the GPS letter, LPG letter, sorry. And then you pay with your international credit card, and 2 or 3 days later, the letters are mailed automatically to the sellers.
So there's no, so there are Canadian students here listening from Canada, and you don't write your letters on your kitchen table in Canada and then send them out international over the border and things like that. Just simply go and set up an account with an American mailing house and then send it out through there, from there, and just basically upload the letter, upload the list, and then pay for it, and boom. And by the way, if you send out more than 700 or 750 letters at a time, they can actually do it cheaper than you can buy the material and the stamp for. Just want to make sure. So this is not something that costs you more. It actually costs you less doing that.
Yeah, and by the way, I mean, this year, my target is to mail 60,000 letters. If I would do this on my own, imagine how much time that would need just with printing, right. You know? And I don't want to waste my time with the administrative stuff. I want to invest my time in my business. So printing letters is definitely not my core business. So that is why I use LPG letters to send my letters, and which is, by the way, very, very convenient.
Wonderful. And Pertiz, I see your question. Yes. Guys, everyone, I need you all, every single person here, I need you all, as soon as we're done here, go over to the Land Profit Masterclass Facebook group. Again, Land Profit Masterclass. You go Google it, you go into Facebook, you search for it. If you're not already a member of it, you request access to it, right? You answer a couple of questions. We want to make sure that people don't come in and spam and stuff like that in there. And then go up to the top where it says, it used to be called units, now it's called something else. You go up to the top and up on the top, there's a couple of options. And one of the options is there's all the recordings from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are in there. So binge watch, because in the guides, thank you, Jennifer, it's in the guide section up on top in the Facebook group are all the recordings. And then you binge watch, because this will go away on Monday, guys. This will go away on Monday. And then after that, prices will go up, because we're about to add a couple of extra components to our coaching program, right? And then everyone who's already in coaching gets those components. So you have the benefit of right now getting into coaching at the current price, and on top of it, getting all these components that we're implementing next month right into the coaching program. And that's a perfect timing, because what we do when you get into coaching is the first thing you do is we set you up with on a 6-week quick start intensive small group coaching sessions, right? That is like, it goes over the course of 6 weeks. You go from selecting your county, sending them to your coach to look over it, then going and getting your list, then sending out the letters, then doing deal analysis, finding the value of those properties. And I can talk about that a little bit more today too. And then then getting those offers out, and then getting the offers accepted, and sending out and then listing those properties. You're being taught basically all the nuts and bolts and all the things that you need to know right away in a 6-week period, so that you can step into action. And at that point of time, the additional components, like for example, VA training, when you hire a virtual assistant, we'll help you train that virtual assistant. That means that you attend with your virtual assistant, we give you both additional training. Those are all kind of crucial things that our coaching community told us. These are additional things that you would love to have it in the program, and we're listening, we're adding and constantly improving the program, and you get those access too. Now, those who sign up later will have to pay a higher price because the program has more components, right? Yours is perfect because in about 6 weeks, when you're done with a 6-week quick start intensive and you will start needing those things, that's exactly when we deliver them. So the time to get started, guys, is right now, right? Right now is the time to get started. Also, the market is at an all-time high right now. It's the perfect time to get started. Don't wait till the market has adjusted in whichever way it adjusts, right? Deals will always be possible, right? We have done deals when the market was down, when the market was up, when the market had crashed, during the crash, right? You just buy properties cheaper and sell them cheaper, right? You start when the market in a down market, you just buy cheaper and sell cheaper. You sell more, you sell financing. But we have continued doing tons and tons of deals while the market crashed in 2008, 9, and 10. We've done tons and tons of deals when the market was on the bottom. We've done tons and tons of deals as the market went up. So have our students, right? We got students that started in 2008, right? And within a matter of a year, they're in our Hall of Fame, right? Within a matter of a year, they quit their jobs, right? Because this works in every market. But right now, guys, the margins, the deal size is off the freaking chart. We see there's not a week that doesn't pass by where not one of our students reports a 6-figure deal. How many 6-figure deals would you like to do? Do you want to wait until the deals are smaller, or you want to do this right now? Right now, literally, like if you close your eyes and imagine 2 years from now, how would it feel if money is no longer a question in your life? If you know that 90% of all marital disputes have something to do with money, has something to do with like we can't afford it, has something to do with, this broke, that broke. You know that if you own a house and the air condition breaks, if the average air condition costs $7,000, like what happens if your air condition breaks down? We have a wine room in our room where the air condition broke down, where we had to replace it, $5,400 for a wine room air conditioner. I know that sounds like a ridiculous problem, but you know what? It's when you have all the money in the world, you just write a check and the problem goes away, right? You just write a check when the problem goes away. That's as simple as it is. Who would like to be able to just write a check to make most of our problems go away? If you need to replace that car, guess what? If you need to replace that car, do 2 deals and you buy yourself the Porsche, right? Do 2-3 deals and you buy yourself the Cayenne, right? You don't have to think about, do I keep my car for another year, or do I replace it with another used car, or things like that? Just go do some freaking deals and you get you buy the new car. So what is the money's better spent? Is the money better spent on coaching and learning how to do 50, 40, or 38 deals a year? If John, I'm not going to ask him to disclose his financials, but his average deal is $10,000. That's a $400,000 year, right? If you do a $400,000 year, do you have to worry about what your air conditioned repair costs? You have to worry about your car. What is better, your money better spent on something that you know can generate $400,000 a year, or on a car that's going to break down? Invest it in something that multiplies your wealth, guys. Invest it in something that nobody can take away the knowledge and the wisdom of how to flip this land from you, because land flipping will always work in any market condition. All right, so let's go back. So book or call, no longer need to live in either or world. Yes, Michelle, that's actually a good point. We are trained as people, guys. We are trained to live in an either or world. People say like, I can either do this or I can do that. Because like I have a budget. Let's say you have a budget of $2,000 for vacation. So you can either use the $2,000 for vacation, or you can repair your AC. Right? That's the world that most people live in. Screw that. How about living in an and world? Get yourself, go on a vacation. Don't make it a $2,000 vacation. Make it a $10,000 vacation. Go get a new AC. Go get the car. Go help your charity. Go help your church. Go help your family. Do it all because financially it is possible, guys. Right? It is possible. Right? Who wants that? Give me a heck yes here right now. Give me a heck yes. We have 150 people here. I want to hopefully see 150 heck yeses here right now. So that's it, guys. And that's what coaching does, right? It's a 6-week quick start intensive. We have one-on-one coaching with our coaches, with our master coaches. We have an accountability coach for you that is with you for the entire year, right? We have what else do we have? We have you have you have a 2.5-day software training. You get our software for a year for free, right? We have group coaching sessions every single day of the week from Monday to Friday, right? That are there to also answer questions and deep dive and help you through any kind of hurdle that you come across. It's all of this, and we are on a mission, guys, to create 1,000 millionaires, guys. That's why we're here. We're here to create 1,000 millionaires. Sönke is one of our millionaires, right? Or on track, or already done it. I don't know, but Sönke is one of our guys on the millionaire track, right? We have students that made $1 million in 1 year. We have students that we have a coaching student that joined coaching. A year later, he comes to one of our live events and drives up with a freaking Rolls-Royce convertible, right? That's the impact that I can make. If you want the Rolls-Royce convertible, it's not going to happen by doing nothing, guys. It's not going to happen by you trying this on your own. It's going to happen by diving full in, committing, having the courage, having the courage to say yes to it, even if you invest in other programs. I understand. We have all kissed a lot of frogs. The thing is, you got to kiss the one that turns into a prince, right? And this is the one. We are here to tell you that we are that. Now, is there work involved? Yes. But you can see from success story after success story that the success is here for you to grab. So make sure you take action by going there. So now, John, let's go into more detail and book a call on landcoaching.com. So now let's go into detail. So now we have spun it all the way to the point of sending out letters. Now there's a couple of other things here too. When somebody responds back to a letter, you got to have a phone system in place, right?
Yeah, of course. I mean, when my sellers respond on my letters, I never answer the call directly. So whenever they call me,
did you guys hear that? Especially those in the housing world.
Yeah.
When a seller calls in, John never answers directly or personally.
No.
Right? That's a completely different thing than the house world. Yeah, go ahead.
Imagine I sent 60,000 letters. I mean, how much time that would take answering all the questions or all the telephone calls from the seller. So
now let me just jump in. John is in his 4th year. He's sending 60,000 letters now in his 4th year, which, by the way, is only 5,000 letters a month. Right? With $5,000 a month, he's looking to probably do how many deals in this year?
So this year I want to build stock, and I want to close more than 50 deals.
Okay, 50 deals,
and
5,000 letters a piece, 5,000 letters a month equals 50 deals. So guys, get that, right? If you want to do 50 deals in the housing world, you're going to send out 500,000 letters. Just want to be clear on that, or more. Go ahead.
Yeah. So the calls from the sellers, to come back to your question, Jack,
yes,
are automatically forwarded to a call center.
Again, so you set up a call center.
Sorry.
So you set up a call center, right? And in coaching, we have a partnership with a call center that knows us really well, that does this for a lot of our students, and they have trained people on how to answer questions. You just literally plug into them.
I literally only plug into them, and in the LPG coaching, you also get the standard questions that the call center agent should ask the seller. So whenever the seller calls the caller, speaks to the call center agents, I get a little report by email, or they automatically put the details of the call into the system. And so once a week, I collect all the people who called me. I just have a look into the records, and based on that information, by the way, again, I haven't answered any call from any seller. With that information, I can draft the offers to the sellers.
Right, exactly right. So you have the call center who does that for you, puts it in, and then with that, you now move on to the next step. So you have to have a phone number system, virtual phone system. Guess what? One of the very first thing we ask you to do when you join coaching is set that up. Those three things that we just talked about, the mailing house, the call center, and the phone system, is what you do in week 1 of coaching. Because those are the basic systems you need no matter where you do this from. Even if you do this from at home, you still don't want them to call your cell phone, right? You don't want them to call to your house. You don't want you want to have those things those things set up in a way that is scalable, and that if you want to go on a vacation for a month to the Maldives, or on a vacation over to Hawaii, or travel with an RV around the country, then you can do that from anywhere in the world. Who is excited by this, by the way? Who is excited by this? Are you guys excited? Are we hitting home with this, guys? Are we showing you how the true power of this program here? Can you guys see that? Can I get some nods here on the video? The guys that have the cameras on, right? Yes, Christina. Okay, I see that. And Peter, yes. And Antonio, yes. Are we good? Right. So yeah, wonderful. All right. So, and I get a bunch of heck yeses. Okay, so now the next thing that we talk about is, now you send out your letters, people call back, now you make your offers. So obviously we make our offers, guys, in writing, right? We make our offers in writing. We don't call the sellers, and because again, we're making sometimes 10 cents on the dollar offers. I remember, I know one of our students, actually one of our coaches too, Irina and Louis Cohn, they sent out an offer for $60 on a piece of property. And the seller was all upset about it because they wanted, get this, $100 for the property. So they were like all upset and so on. So this is kind of funny, right? So they actually sent a letter back and said, like, I'm not going to accept this offer. You're lowballing me. I'm only going to accept it if you offer me at least $100. So they, of course, said yes. They accepted the $100, and they ended up selling this property, if I remember it right, don't hold me to it, but I think for $11,000. Yeah. How would you like to buy properties for $60 and sell them for $11,000? Even with closing costs involved, it's a $10,000 profit with basically like no money in the deal, right? Who's excited about that, right? Those something, we're talking about the 6-figure deals, the $135,000 deals, the $300,000 deals that Courtney, one of our, Ellie is working on a $300,000 deal. Courtney just did a $150,000 deals, as are two of our coaches. But also these $10,000 deals, they're cool too, aren't they? So the thing is, now you make those offers all day long. Exactly. You make those offers, and when you make those offers, you make them in writing. Now, John, what do you use to make those offers in writing?
Just one example, if you don't mind, Jack. So one of my students, they recently did an offer for $15, 15, and it was a very similar reaction as from your example. So the seller got mad, and guess what? They finally accepted $20. You know,
that is so funny. Now, actually, I've never offered less than $50. So that is, you got some bold students there, but I've never offered. I figured $50 is kind of like the minimum somebody would kind of worth even them signing a deed for. But hey, $20 makes sense too. Now that's probably not a $200,000 property, guys, right? That's probably a $5,000, $10,000 property or so that the seller just has the garage sale mentality. Guys, what we're doing is we're not looking for the motivated sellers, right? Yeah. We're not looking for the motivated sellers. The motivated sellers give you a 20, 30% discount of market value, right? They're giving that that for a doghouse. No, Joseph, that's for a beautiful lot, probably an acre in size, probably in a rural area, but probably worth $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 or $10,000 or so, right? So where's that land selling for $50? All over the country, guys. Once we teach you how to select those counties in detail, once you go, like one of the bonuses is still today, the $3,000 off is off the table. Right now, it's only $2,000 that you get off if you pay for full in coaching, but the bonuses are still there. The deep dive with me on county selection is still available for those who are enrolled in coaching. We're going to do that next week right away, right? So, and I'm going to show you exactly what these $50 lots are. right? I'm going to show you exactly how to find these counties where you can pick up properties for 50 bucks. Who would like to know how to do that, right? Who would like to know how to do that? Now, not everyone wants the lots for 50 bucks because obviously the lots for 50 bucks are not worth 100 grand, right? You're not going to make 30 grand on a $50 lot, but you will make $3,000, $5,000, or $7,000 on those lots. And who is okay with those all day long, right? Who's okay with a $3,000, $5,000, or $7,000 deal all day long, right? We did a $3,000 deal just this week, right? On Monday, we closed a $3,000 deal. It's just a tiny little deal. It's a deal that we paid like $200 for, and we sold it for, I think, for $3,900. Like, quick cash deal. I mean, why not? I don't say no to those. Like, I don't say no to those. I love those too. I'm not focusing on them anymore because I like the higher end deals, like the deal we did a couple of months ago where we bought a property for $90,000 and sold it for $199,000. And after closing costs, we made basically almost $100,000 on that deal, right? But sometimes these little deals still come along. Some sellers might have a $100,000 lot and they have five $5,000 lots. Are you going to say no to those $5,000 lots? No, right? You're just going to go offer 50 bucks or 100 bucks or 300 bucks for each of those and then still turn around and make you $3,000 a pop on those. And that's exactly the kind of things that we show you in the program, how you get all of those, not just being a one-trick pony, guys, right? So this is cool. John says, yeah, sure, 20 a year. Great. So again, so now let's go back into the process here. So like who can see, like you sent these offers, and John, how do you send the offers out? With the same mailing house, right?
Same mailing house, correct.
Yeah,
that's very convenient. And also, I mean, you want to see the comps on, you want to look up for the comps for your property. And again, you only need for this comps, you only need an internet and to know where to look for the comps, you know. And again, you can do that, doing the offers and doing the comps for your lots where you want to offer for. You can find all the sources in the internet, so it's very, very easy, and you can do it wherever you are and whenever you want. Right. You know, because I mean, if a seller calls me, I know some people doing house flipping in the US, and they tell me when a potential seller calls them, they have to immediately react. You know, but if a land seller calls me, I have some time, I take my time and I do the offers whenever I want. So if he or she waits 1 or 2 weeks, it's no problem at all because the competition is much lower, you know. But if a house flipper would wait 1 or 2 hours, guess what? He would probably, the seller would probably walk away. And in this case, I mean, I do offers only once in 2 weeks. And that is how I structured my day, because I do the offers whenever I want and whenever it fits into my time, because I prefer spending more time with my family and with my kids instead of getting the last number of an offer. So I do the offers only once in 2 weeks, you know.
Once a week, once every 2 weeks, exactly. Again, guys, can you see how this is completely different than house flipping? In house flipping, when that seller contacts you, what do you got to do? Where are my house flippers in the room? If you're a house flipper, what do you do when the seller calls and is ready to meet you about selling this house? In this market right now, that's hyper competitive for house flips, where thousands of people chasing a few hundred houses in the market. What do you do if you got the lucky strike that a seller is willing to call you and talk about selling this house? Here's what you do. You drop everything, you jump in a car, you race down to meet that seller, you sit down at the kitchen table, you go make him cry, you apply all these ninja kind of NLP techniques to make that seller give you the deal at the price that you need to get that deal. Isn't that the truth? Now compare that to what we're doing here. John just said that that he only makes offers once every 1 or 2 weeks, that he prefers to spend his time with the family. Guys, who wants that? Who wants to run down and meet the thing and say like, oh, dinner's ready. I'm sorry, honey, I can't go because I just got a seller lead. I got to jump in and gotta meet the seller, and then come back 2 hours later, all beat up from, not physically, but from the negotiation. And then it's like, okay, we got or did not get the deal. versus dinner's ready. Hey, let's have dinner. Oh, friends are coming over. Let's have friends come over. All right, good. And then the next evening, you just carve out 2-3 hours to make your offers. Now, can you see how this it makes it also able to do this while you have a job? Right? Can you see how this allows you to fit that into whatever schedule you have? Right? If you're the high school trainer, a football trainer of your team, you still can make this happen, right? Because you go train, you go to the games, and then in the evenings when the kids are in bed, that's when you put a couple of hours in, right? In the mornings, if you're a morning person, you got up in the morning early and you do a couple of hours there, right? If all the kids are in school, you put an hour. Now we're all working from home anyway. A lot of us working from home with the Delta variant that comes back up. Isn't it time to say, like, screw that virus and just build your own life no matter what happens in the world, right? Isn't it time to build your own freaking economy? That's what we're talking about here. So no matter what you do, especially if you work from home, you can squeeze in half an hour here and half an hour there while you do that. That's what we're talking about here. And John just confirmed it. John just said that he makes offers every 1 or 2 weeks. And how many times a week are you there for your family when your kids go to bed, John?
Yeah, almost every day, because I can choose how much time I work, where I work, and when I work. And this is beside the financial benefit from this program, it's one of the biggest advantages from my point of view is the time, because you select when you want to work and how much you work. I mean, if you only want to earn 150K per year, it's okay. I mean, then you work just maybe part-time. If you decide you want to really grow big, then invest a little bit more time. It's up to you how much time you want to offer, you want to invest in your business. And again, when you work, I have 2 kids and they go to bed very early. And of course, when they are here and still awake, I want to take my time to play with them or bring them to bed, and instead of working. And once they're in bed, I decide to work a little bit more. But because I love this business, but again, I can decide how much and when I work.
Exactly right. So you scale to what's the right fit for you and your family. And I love when he says, like, when you just said, like, hey, if you only want to make 150K, then you just work a little less. Guys, that's what we know on the inside here. And I understand you guys are like, is this really true? Can this really happen? Like, I understand you're skeptical. You have kissed a bunch of frogs that turned out to be just frogs, right? You have danced with the wrong partners in this thing. But guys, you know what? One of the big differences with us here is that when you go after the session into the Facebook group and you see the interviews with successful students, you can you go into Facebook group, you can look up those people's names. You can click on their name. You can ask them, direct message them and ask them, is this true what Jack and Michelle and John just told them? You can go, John is in our Facebook group. You can go click on John's name and ask, like, John, has Jack paid you to say these things? And the answer is going to be no, right? You can talk to our guys. We have full transparency, guys. If you look at any other educator out there, they're hiding their coaches. They're hiding their stuff. They're trying to slam you into something and things like that. We have full, complete transparency. You can click on everyone's person out here, on anyone that we interviewed, on anyone that says, hey, this works, I'm in coaching, I'm loving it, and confirm with them that what we're saying is the truth. You can confirm that we are the real deal. You can confirm that this actually works. And you can confirm that people that had less time than you to put into the business, that had less knowledge than you, that had less experience than you, have made it happen. So the only thing that's keeping you from stepping in your own success is your own decision. You need to trust yourself. Now is the time to trust yourself. Now is the time to step into your power. Now is the time to to do this because it is the opportunity of your lifetime. So with that said, yes, by the way, if you have any of our other programs already, you can upgrade at today's prices, and you can even get a credit towards a partial full credit towards what you already paid us, what you already paid towards the program, right? So we can upgrade you to full coaching. So if you have already gotten into another program with us, then you can upgrade to the coaching, and that's the right thing to do in order to accelerate collapse time and bring you to that life that you're looking to have, bring you to that house, through that family, through that financial well-being. If you want the Lambo, you can get the Lambo. I mean, there's guys that within 6 months got the Panamera, right? And are already test driving the Lambo, right? And it's all good. Whatever your dreams are your dreams. This can all be done. So with that said, up top of it, we actually have 2 levels of coaching. And so you can see which level is the right one for you. So with that said, guys, now let's talk about the next step. So John, so now we selected our county with internet access from anywhere, right? We gotten our list with internet access from the list services and an international credit card. We sent out the letter using the mailing house. We got the call center to take the phone calls, right? You have also a virtual phone system, right? Which there's many of them out there. We recommend one, a virtual phone system, which you have a phone number on. And that's usually an app that sits on your phone. So that rings on your phone without it actually being your phone number. And now you send out your offers with the same mailing house. Now, when these offers come back accepted, where do you receive those?
Yeah, so I have a virtual mailbox collecting all the letters I get from the sellers. So how does this work? This virtual mailbox, as you know, I do not live in the US, so I don't have a mail address. I don't have a personal mail address in the US. I do not have an office in the US. So I do it 100% from out of the US. So this virtual mailbox, first of all, provides me with a real mail address. So the sellers assume that my office is located at this mail address, and they send the letters, the accepted offers by mail, by snail mail, to this virtual mail house or virtual mailbox. And this virtual mailbox sends me every day a scan just of the envelope. On the envelope, just send me a scan, and I decide, okay, this is just garbage, so I just throw it away. And then I select the mails, the envelopes where there might be assigned acceptance. So I click on them, and what they do a few hours later, they send me a scan of the content of the envelope to my email. To cut a long story short, I get mails scanned to my mailbox, and by the same time not having offers or a real mail address on my own. So again, it's very convenient having this virtual mailbox because everything works automatically. And I don't have even to live my beautiful office in my beautiful house.
Isn't that beautiful, guys? You guys fully got that, right? It's basically a virtual service that you set up. You can set, usually these virtual mailboxes, they have offices, they have addresses all over the United States. So you can pick how to represent yourself. You want to look all flashy? There's virtual services, virtual mailboxes that have an office in the Empire State Building in New York City. So you can have your office as being in the Empire State Building. You want to come across more regular, you can have it somewhere else in a small town, in a small or mid-sized town in, I don't know, Midwest USA, right? Or a neutral city like, I don't know, Phoenix, Arizona or something, or Atlanta, Georgia, so on, that is not associated with like luxury or non-luxury or things like that, right? You pick your address that you would like to be in, right? And then you have your address. And then when somebody sends out accepted offers come back, or when also undeliverable mail comes back, which you can skip trace and then send new letters out, because if your letter didn't hit the recipient because perhaps they passed away or they moved and they cared so little for their property that they didn't update the address with the county, then that's a great lead to go after, right? It's a great lead to go skip trace and find and send a new letter out. All of that goes back to your virtual mailbox. So every day you get a scan, you get a notification, you log in, you see the different envelopes. You say like, I want to open this one and I want to open this one. Then they'll open it and there's your accepted offer. You print out your accepted offer, you sign your accepted offer, right? You scan your accepted offer and you open escrow with the title company. Now, opening escrow with a title company, do you need to be in a country for that? No, you don't, right? You can be in freaking China, right? And so it doesn't matter. Anyone in the United States, anyone from anywhere can buy and sell property, right? In that regard, we are a free country. In other regards, not so much anymore, but in this regard, we are a free country, right? So therefore, you can be anywhere in the world, in Canada, in Australia. I know we had people here watching from Canada and Australia. That's why I mentioned you guys. You set this up like that, and then online you look up, you accept the offer, print it out, sign it, send it, and then you look for a title company in the area. By the way, inside of our coaching program, we have a list of 300 investor-friendly title companies. Is every title company out there going to be willing to do a double closing? Remember double closing? We explained it the other day, where you have a contract with the seller, a contract with the buyer, and you give both contracts to the title company. They do all their title works and title search and draw up the documents and all this kind of stuff. And then the money only comes from the end buyer, and that money is being used to pay the seller, pay the title company, and pay the profits to you. Right? That process, not every title company is willing to do that. This process is, by the way, legal in all 50 states, but not every title company is comfortable or willing to do that. So we have a list of over 300 counties that 300 title companies that we work with that are investor friendly. So you just pick one of those, you call them up or you send them an email, say like, hey, I have a land deal. I would like to open escrow. I would like to start the process of purchasing this property or doing a double closing. And they're like, okay, great. And that's it. And now, John, continue on. What do you do then?
So once I receive a signed acceptance, I look for a buyer, you know. So the buyer machinery starts immediately. So again, I use all the same platforms to sell the property as also the American-based U.S. land flippers do. So everything is done virtual or from out of the country by either myself or also my team. So I'm right now teaching a VA doing the sales process or supporting our sales process. You know, so what they do a beautiful listing based on the information. They do due diligence of their lot. They do a beautiful listing with some beautiful images. But guess what? I mean, you can do this from anywhere in the world. And again, list the properties on either Facebook or Zillow or
on the different websites we talked about yesterday when we talked about how to sell. Make sure you watch yesterday's session, right, in the Facebook group. So go into the Land Profit Masterclass Facebook group right after this, and yeah, so you list the properties, and then a buyer comes along, right? And when the buyer comes along, actually, there's a question that from Share saying like, once you come to an agreement with a seller, do you set up a virtual Zoom meeting, or how you close on the deal? Share, you don't like John. How many sellers have you personally met or had a Zoom call with?
Just one. This was a real big deal, and it's an exception. Usually you never do a Zoom call with your buyers. Why you should? You know, maybe you call them and you say, "Oh, okay, thank you very much for the signed acceptance. You know, we will work on the closing very soon. You will hear from us, but you don't have to do a Zoom call with them."
Right. So exactly right. So how much did you make on that deal?
That was, I think, 60K deal. No, 60, right, 80K deal.
$60,000 in one deal. Congratulations. So Share, when do you open escrow and you send the earnest money deposit at the time? Here's the thing, guys. Remember, let me repeat that one more time. When you use our system, so first of all, you open escrow with a title company or a title attorney. Some states have title attorneys, some states do title companies. Here's the thing. We have a list of 300 of them that are investor friendly, that will do the double closing assignments and those kind of things that we do. So you pick one of those in the state where the property is located in, and you call them up or you send them an email and you open escrow. That's step number one. Second part of your question is like, where do you send the escrow deposit? There is no escrow deposit, guys. Let me make that very, very clear. We are dealing with people who do not want their properties anymore. They do not care about an escrow deposit. They will sign a contract. Our contract has 3 provisions and 1 4th provision that's missing. First provision is that we can back out of the contract anytime for any reason. Right? Is that a good provision to have in there? Right? Yes, that means that if you have a deal, you now have a deal on a contract, something comes up and you're like, oh my God, you find out that this property is environmentally damaged, because that's one of the things you search for, right? We don't buy stuff that has issues, right? So you find out that there's this desert tortoise on it, and because of it, you can't build on it or something like that. You can back out of the deal. You can just get out of the deal. Right? So therefore, so that's number one. You can back out of the deal anytime for any reason. So you will never get stuck with a bad deal. Who likes that? Give me a heck yes. Right? Give me a heck yes about never being stuck with a bad deal. Right? Number two, right? We give ourselves 6 months to actually close on that property, which is more than enough time to sell that property in most cases, right? So what you do is you now have the time to list the property, put it out there in the market. And why do we give ourselves 6 months? It's because sometimes there's title issues. Sometimes you do have to take it to probate. Sometimes you do have to solve something on the ownership. Sometimes you might get 20 properties in one area on the market, under contract. You don't want to put all 20 on the market at the same time. You want to put 4 on the market and sell it in a few weeks. Then another 4 and sell it. So by the time the last 4 come on the market, 4 months or 5 months might have passed. So that's why having 6 months is actually a wonderful thing. The next provision is that while you have it on a contract, the seller gives you the right to market the property. So even though you don't own it, you can market it, and you have it in writing in the contract that you can market it. And the 4th one goes to your point here, which is that there is no escrow deposit in the contract. Escrow deposit is not something that is legally necessary to make the contract legal. It's something that is customarily done. When you buy a house, you typically put an escrow deposit in there to show that you're serious about your offer and so on, right? But we're not dealing with people that are like skeptical and stuff. We're dealing with non-wanters, people who don't care about their properties anymore, right? People who don't want these properties anymore. They don't care. They'll gladly sign this document with you. So in other words, you don't send the escrow deposit anywhere because you don't have to put an escrow deposit in the first place. So now you have deals under contract with no money down that you can back out anytime for any reason, that you have plenty of time to sell, and that you have the right to market. How many deals can you do like that? And how much downside is there? There's no downside, guys. We have created a system that allows you to just have upside. Who loves that? Right? Who can see the power of this? Right? And then on top of it, you can do it from anywhere in the world. Can you guys see that this is different than other programs? Can you guys see? And John is doing 38 deals a year from Germany without even being able to come into the country. Guys, this is if you need more proof, then I don't know what we can say to provide more proof. Right? Here's a gentleman doing it from Germany, 38 deals a year. We talked about yesterday, Jeanette, she had the ROI on her program on her coaching in a matter of 2 deals, right? We have Richard and Donna Philly, they have gotten the ROI on their deal in a matter of the first about 10 weeks, right? We have Josiah Stacy, who's gotten in his first 6 weeks, he made $39,000. That's a full ROI on this program, right? That's more than a full ROI on the program. Like we have again, when you do this the right way, when you follow our steps, you can have an ROI on this program, meaning all the money that you invest in the program back within a matter of 60, 90, perhaps 120 days or so. Like where else do you find a program that you can, where somebody says like, well, if you only want to do $150,000 in profits, well, then you work a little bit less, like John just said. Guys, that's what we're talking about here, guys. So go book yourself a call, and get get into the program. And if you have parts of our program already, other programs already from us, then make sure you upgrade. Book a call on landcoaching.com and get going here, guys. All right. So that's it, John. There's a couple of items missing that we want to talk about. So now you have the title company. You create your listings. You talked about the listings already. When you create your listings, we put them. We had a session yesterday or Thursday where we talked about putting these on places like Zillow, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, land.com, landwatch.com. There's a bunch of places. Do you have to be in the United States to use these places?
No, you just want to make sure that you use a VPN tunnel. So which
if you're outside of the country, yes.
If you're outside the country, because some counties and also some listing it's web pages, they require the sellers of the lodge being located in the US while you're listed. And with that VPN tunnel, you pretend to be in the US. But it was just, there are so many free VPN tunnels on the market. This is very convenient. Just remind that. And then we list the property on several web pages. And again, what the beauty of this system is that you can scale very easily, because as I mentioned, I'm just hiring a new VA who will support us with the listing, because I reached my limit, and as I said, I want to have as much time as possible with my family and also with my friends and my hobbies. And so what I do is that listing is not the core. You have to learn it, how to do this. Again, we teach it in the coaching, but again, it's not my core business. It's not where I want to focus on. So the listing is also outsourced to my VA, or will be outsourced to my VA, so that I have even more time to doing what I want to do. And again, you can do this from anywhere in the world.
So particularly to get into that point, particularly when you have, or if you have a job, then that's exactly what we work with you on. We make sure that we design this for you such that you can do it in a few hours a week. Because when you have a job, should you be doing all the property research? No, right? The property research, once you know how to do it, takes like 5 minutes of property to find out what you need to do to send out the offers. Once you have a property under contract, at that moment you do some more research, but you can have somebody else do that for you. So we can put you together with services, with people, things that actually do that for you. So also, then when you list the property, there's people and services that create listings for you, right? So you can have that done for you. We have one student also happens to be in Germany, who is actually also, he runs several businesses and has a young child and things, and works like a lot of hours, and he still was able to do multiple deals right away, quickly, right? Multiple deals. And why? Because he actually then focused on outsourcing those pieces and have already experts do those pieces for him, so that he could focus just on a few key pieces, like getting out letters and then making the offers and then talking to buyers and selling the property. And that is ultimately the other part is, now when you sell the property, now you have those listings, you put them out there, you use a VPN system if you're outside of the country, because sometimes Facebook and things, they don't want you to post something in the United States from outside of the United States. So you do a VPN that allows you that makes you look like you're in the United States. It's a simple service, costs $15 a month, and 50 to 25 bucks a month, depending on what level of service you use. And then you do it that way. And now guess what? These buyers come on, and these buyers contact you and say like, hey, I want this property. And they ask a few questions. A lot of that can be answered by email, right? And then they say, I want it. Now, when they say I want it, what do you do now?
I use the standard agreement that is also provided by the LPG coaching. And so I quickly draft this that contract and send it over by email to the buyer. Nowadays, every buyer has email address, so I do not use the mail for that. I ask the buyer, okay, would it be okay if I just send it over by email to you? And what they do is they usually read it and they sign it, send it back by email to me. And with that contract, with those two contracts, with the buyer contract and with the seller contract, I go to a title company and just explain them very, very, very shortly who's the buyer, who's the seller, what is the lot, and then I just say, please go on and prepare the documents. And I don't know if you have already talked about that process, what the title company does, or probably you're all aware of it. I wasn't aware of that when I joined the program, because real estate transactions work differently in the US than in Germany. For the first 2 or 3 years, I didn't even know what a deed is, believe me or not, but I didn't know what a deed is. But the title company did all the job for us. So I didn't have to care about that. They prepared the documents, a closing statement, etc. And I just had to sign it. And also my buyer had to sign it. And then I was asked a very beautiful question. Where should they send the funds to me? And I love this question, because right now, yesterday, I closed the deal with the title company, and then they said, okay, here are the closing docs. By the way, I don't have your wire instruction, and just send them my banking information, because I feel it more convenient than checks. But again, I sent my wire instructions, and they will send me my profit probably Monday or Tuesday next week. So it's very beautiful and very convenient working with title companies.
Right. So there's a few questions here, and that's like, do you go to the title company in person? No, guys. John can't even be in the United States. He can't possibly go to a title company in person, and title companies don't exist in in Germany. So what you talk, things are done by attorneys over there. The thing is, the title company needs to be in the state where the property is located. Right? The title company is in the state where the property is located in. So therefore, you simply look up. We have, again, in our coaching program, we have a list of 300 of them. You do a deal in Alabama, you look up Alabama title companies. Okay, there might be 5 or 10 in there. It's like, okay, let me pick this one. You call them up and you say like, hey, I have a deal here. I have a seller that is selling me the property for $8,000. I have a buyer buying the property for $30,000. I have both agreements here. Are you willing to do a double closing, like where the buyer's money is being used to sell anyone? Okay. To pay everyone else? Yes. Okay, great. Let me send you the documents. So what is your email address? Your email address, you take the scanned document signed in the United States. Electronic signatures have been legal since Clinton put it in place in 1999, I believe. So it's like over 22 years that you can have electronic signed stuff. And you say basically email it to the title company, and then the title company, and you can do that from anywhere in the world, again, from Australia, from Mexico, from Canada, from Germany, right? And you email it over there, or from the Plaza Maggiore in Italy somewhere, right? You can do that too. And you can send it out from there while having a coffee, being on the Wi-Fi, right? You can do that too. And then send it in, and then they start doing their work. They do their title search, right? They do their title search. If there's any issues, they'll make you aware of it, and they'll fix the issues and so on. And then at the end, they send you the money. Now, they send you the money, ideally, you should have, over time, you should set up a bank account in the United States. There's some virtual banks that you can use, like N25 and other ones that you can set up bank accounts. And I think it's N25.com that you can set up bank accounts with, and even from outside of the country. And then you give them your wiring information, and they wire the money into your bank account. Boom. Right? How complicated does that right now sound? Right? This is doable for anyone from anywhere in the country. Now, here's the deal. Every deal that you come across is different, guys. Every deal is different. Deals fall apart all the time. Deals come together all the time. That's where coaching comes in place. Finding the right counties is where we excel in coaching to help you get that first domino done the right way, right? Then selecting those counties, then getting these offers, getting the right offers amount is the second area that we really hone into from coaching. The next part is negotiating with the sellers is a skill that most people don't know how to do. Then getting those listings is a key where most people on their own fail, guys. Getting those listings right, even if you think you got it right, we get it again and again and again and again that people say like, well, my properties sit there and they don't sell. And then the coach comes and they join coaching. Even if they try it on their own first, they join coaching. The coach does 4 tweaks, and within a week, their property's under contract and they're making tens of thousands of dollars. Right? Don't try to do this on your own if you don't if you want to have fast success. If you want to accelerate your success, you need coaching, guys. And that's what we're here for. We are here to hone in on these things, to tweak those things, to teach you how to negotiate with buyers, to teach you all those different pieces that come to. And then more than anything, we are here to show you how to run this as a true business, how to build that scale, so that you can make hundreds of thousands of dollars while being there for your family, while traveling around the world, while having fun, enjoying life, because nobody wants another job. Who wants to work themselves to death, right? Nobody wants to work themselves to death. You want money and freedom, guys. Right? You want money and freedom. Isn't that right? Who wants money and freedom? Give me a heck yes, guys. Give me a heck yes, guys. If you want money and freedom, give me a heck yes. That's what we're offering you. Now, like everywhere, you got to train like an athlete. And you know what every athlete has is a coach. Every person out there. I used to belong to an association of business owners, of all 7- and 8-figure business owners. And the first thing I noticed, and we went for 4 years in a row to MIT in Boston for an entrepreneurial master's program. And what I realized is that the people that all run the multi-8-figure businesses, they're all talking about their coaches. They all have multiple coaches. So what I asked them, one question. I asked them one question that's like, are you, and the answer was universally the same thing. Every single one of them answered the same way. They answered basically, or they told me the reason why they have an 8-figure business is because they have coaches. I asked them the question, did you hire coaches when you became an 8-figure company? Or did you hire coaches in order to become an 8-figure coaching company? And every single one of them says that's the second one. We hired the coaches when we're too small to afford the coaches in order to become big. And now, and that's exactly the path. So here's the thing. I know one of our students, Shemen, she saw this opportunity. She saw the real estate, this opportunity. She actually went out and she sold her Hummel figure collection. She did a garage sale. She did whatever it freaking takes in order to be able to afford the coaching. Here's the thing. When you have an opportunity, let me ask you, let's say I give you the opportunity to buy $1 million car. I don't know, let's pick a number. For 100 grand, right? To pick $1 million car for 100 grand, you know it's worth $1 million. You know it's legitimately worth $1 million. You could buy $100,000. Would you find the money to buy that car? Would you find the money to buy that car and then turn around and sell it for $1 million again? Would you be able to do that? The answer is yes, right? You would not, your brain would not go, oh, I can't afford it. Your brain would go, how in the world can I find the money to afford that? Because I know I can make $1 million profit right here. Guys, that's how you need to approach coaching. That's how you need to approach this, right? You know, by now you should know without the shadow of a doubt that within a year, 2 years from now, money does not play a role in your life anymore if you take action right now. But if you don't do anything, nothing will happen. Look at your life right now. Are you happy with where you are in your life financially, where you live, like how your freedoms that you have driven by finances? Are you happy with that? If you're happy with that, great, wonderful. God bless you. Then you've had a beautiful 5-6 days right now, and everything is good. If you're not happy, not doing anything will not change anything. Right? If you don't take action, nothing will change. Like I always say, failing is not failing. Doing nothing is failing. Because doing nothing means that your life will stay exactly the same as it is right now, or will deteriorate. Right? Because in life, if you don't work on yourself, if you don't expand, you deteriorate. Isn't that true? Isn't that true for muscles? right? If you don't work your muscles, you have atrophy, right? Your muscles go back. Like, I'm trying to teach that my dad. He's 77 years old and he doesn't move from his couch, and he's wondering why he has a hard time walking now, right? So he's like, if you don't move your muscles, and here's what money's going to do. His birthday, 77th birthday, is in October. I'm going to hire him a personal trainer to come to his house 3 times a week to go work him out, whether he likes it or not. You know what? Because money allows me to do that. Money allows us to do that. Money allows us to take care of our loved one and extend their lifetime, right? Extend their lifespan. We actually were able to retire my dad. My dad is 20 years retired now, and he is, other than that, then he doesn't, his muscles are kind of gone. He doesn't want, he's in better health than he was back then, right? So he might not be so, I hope he's not going to be so happy about that. I know. But after 6 weeks, he's going to be happy about it, because he's going to see how his mobility comes back. He's going to see how he's able to do things again. He's going to see how his life is improving again. And that's what coaches do, guys. That's what you can do for your family. If you have somebody who is sick that needs your care, it is your obligation. If you see the opportunity right now, it is your obligation to step up and lead your family, guys. So go book yourself a call on Land Coaching, because that's what we're doing here. John has now the ability in his family to be there for them. He has the ability to, as COVID allows it, to travel around the world with his family, right? When is your next trip to Colombia? You have anything planned right now?
December 21st.
December 21st, or Christmas in Colombia. It's a perfect time. It's summer over there, right? It's beautiful there. I mean,
there's always summer.
There's always summer. I know. Yes, that's right. It's like Honduras too, right? So guys, again, John, what are we missing? A piece of the virtualization of the business? We covered all the pieces.
Yeah, just one thing from my side. There are so many business systems on the market and so many business ideas, but the beauty of this business, despite the freedom and the financial part, is definitely the scaling. I love outsourcing. I love scaling because, again, it makes you more money, gives you more freedom. And I mean, how beauty is that? I mean, you give part away of your duties, of your daily duties, and it's done overseas. I mean, this is just the beauty. The beauty of this business is this are the scaling opportunities.
Right, absolutely. All right, guys. So with that said, it's time to raise your standards. Right, it's time to raise your standards. Here's like, in life, you get what you tolerate. It's one of the Tony Robbins things. He says, in life, you get what you tolerate. What are some of these tolerations in your life that you have right now? What are some of the things that you silently put up with that would go away if you had more money in your life? What were some of the things that you would be liberating yourself from, or be able to add to your life if you had the financial ability, right? Put those things in, put those things on your why, right? Make that part of your why. Like, raise your standards, right? There is space for all of us in this business. There is 3,007 counties. There's perhaps 1,000 people right now doing this full time. There's one investor for every 3 counties in the United States. We can teach this to 1,000 people more, 10,000 people more. We're on a mission to create 1,000 millionaires. You can do this part-time. 95% of our people do this part-time, right? This is again, John is doing 38 deals in a year right now. You can do all of these things. So with that, one more time, I want to quickly go to the components of the coaching program one more time. Book a call at landcoaching.com. If you already have other programs from us, upgrade right now. You can upgrade. Prices will go up. Where we got 14 spots available, and as a matter of fact, already while we literally were live, I got a notification right now that 2 more coaching people came on board on coaching. So we have 12 spots available right now, guys. 12 spots, that is. We're shutting this down on Monday night, and then prices will go up because I said we're adding a couple of extra components to it, which is timing is right, because when you register, when you enroll right now, you will be ready to consume those, ready to add those right when you come off the 6-week quick start intensive. So what's included? What are the components of coaching? One-on-one coaching with our master coaches. Our master coaches do 300 deals a year, right? They're all full-time land flippers, and almost all of them actually came to our coaching program themselves. Now, plus there's group coaching, that sessions every single day of the week. What that really means is that you're being taught additional pieces every single day of the week, but each of these sessions also have a Q&A component. So if you're in the middle of a deal and you need a question answered right there, you just jump on that call and you get your question answered, right? On top of it, you get partnered up with a personal accountability coach that is with you for the entire 12 months of the coaching program, that is also there for you, answering any questions that you have, getting answers for you, helping you to things. You can do one-on-ones with them, particularly at the beginnings. Often students do one-on-ones with them. They're highly trained in our method from A to Z. They can help you with almost everything, with a lot of different things. And then if they see that that something requires a one-on-one call, they can organize a one-on-one call for you, or they can organize a specialty call with one of our other coaches for you. Then on top of it, we start you with that 6-week quick start intensive program to literally ramp up in 6 weeks, all the way from not knowing anything about this all the way to having potentially a first deal on a contract. Now, if you have done already a lot of land deals already, and you're looking to go and go from doing a deal or 2 deals a month, and you're looking to going to 10 deals a month, we still recommend you go to the 6 weeks, but you don't have to. We can literally customize the program for you right away into a scaling program to get you started really literally in phase 2 or phase 3 of the coaching program, with the VA, with the scalability, with the different pieces of it. So you can go from there. Now, on top of it, you get also access to our deal management system, our software. You get a 2.5-day small group intensive training on the software. You get our 13 coaching modules. You get advanced documents, all those documents to do double closings, all those documents to do assignments, all those documents, the sale document John talked about, right? All the scaling documents, checklists, scripts, the list of 300 title companies around the country. Everything we use in our own business is also included in this program. And what else? So this is, and then we're adding components like special half-day or full-day group trainings to train your VA, to train you on reading financials, to train you on all those different things. They're all being added right now into the program. So if you're already in our program, you can look forward to additional things coming in. If you're not, then this is the time right now, because as soon as this masterclass is over, prices will go up. And because as we add components, the value goes further up. So this is your last chance to get in at the current prices. So make sure you book a call at landcoaching.com. Also, bonuses right now. The bonuses, again, let me pull them up right now. I have them right here. The $3,000 is off the table that we had for Thursday, Friday. Right now, you still get $2,000 off if you enroll in coaching and pay in full. You still get one-on-one coaching call with either myself or our master coach, Mike Smyer. We still get the deep dive into the county selection, which is really such a crucial point at the beginning to make sure that you get that. It's that first domino. If that first domino is set the wrong way, right, nothing happens in your business. If that domino is set the right way, everything falls into place, guys. That's where, if I think about Megan Autry and her mom, Tina, they tried this on their own. And after 10 months, they kept getting the domino in the first domino in the county selection wrong. Once they started with us, we adjusted that. And within the matter of, I think, 2-3 months, they were in the high 5 figures. Within a few months more, they were in the multiple 6 figures, and they're now doubling and tripling our path to do $500,000 or more in their business. That's the power of that county selection. Well, guess what? For those who came already on board, congratulations. Next week, we're going to do a deep dive into that session. Number 2, you also talked about money talks. Communicating effectively. The other key, one of the key skills that you want to learn is communicating effectively with sellers and with buyers. Guess what? Aaron is our master of that, right? He has years and years of sales experience. If you attended our panel yesterday, you heard Aaron, like you saw Aaron there. He's an awesome guy, and he does like 50-60 deals, works 2-3 hours a day on doing them, and he's going to share with you exactly how to talk to these buyers and sellers. And then lastly, the tracking what matters, which is really like the foundation to running this as a real business. Who wants a real business here, guys, right? Who wants a real business? Give us a heck yes, right? And who wants to learn from the best in the industry? Give us a heck yes one more time, and then go ahead and book your calls on there. All of this is still available, but these items are going away as we go towards Sunday and towards Monday. So book your call right now. And thank you very much, John, for being here with us. I don't know if you have any last words. What would you tell somebody? What is your experience? If somebody's on the fence here around about coaching, what do you tell them?
I can just say, go to action. Because if you do not do anything, your life won't change. But this coaching program definitely has the potential to change your life.
And it has changed yours, right?
It has changed my life, and it will change your life. Just do action. And last words from my side. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy the event. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in coaching.
All right, wonderful. And Bertrand and everyone else asked about the price. We have multiple programs. So instead of me rattling off a bunch of prices and confusing everyone, just go book a call on landcoaching.com. Our team can walk you through the different options, can see what you already have, can upgrade you, can talk to you about the perfect program for you. With that said, guys, thank you very much. And thank you so much, John, for being here with us. Thanks. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.